And we are back now with more Bay Sunday. Our next guest is the author of Who Said So, an inspiring business story that introduces a new management philosophy called value-centered management. This philosophy expresses the importance of the customer's wants and needs while also providing the steps to rebuilding a lean, prosperous business. As the current president, CEO of Stellar Enterprises, Michael E. Parker has had his own experiences with taking care of clients, managing, and uniting his associates. Please welcome Michael E. Parker. How are you?
Hi, how are you?
All right, let's talk about it right out of the bat because this is your centerpiece in the book, Value-Centered Management. We talked about it off camera, but what is that?
Well, value-centered management, it's basically what it says. It's honing in on what your customers value and then centering everything in the business around that so that there's no unnecessary waste that is, adding up in cost and in time and in resources, giving everything to what your customer's asking for.
Well, customer is king. How could any business lose sight of that? Because, you're making a product or you're providing a service to satisfy the customer, so they'll tell their neighbor, so they'll come back and use you again. But a lot of times businesses lose sight. How come? Well,
I think because you get so confused in just the direction of what a business is trying to do, like cutting costs, increasing revenues. And as the businesses begin to grow, you kind of get lost in all the departmental structure that we were taught back from the Industrial Revolution, how to do certain things when we're doing mass things and mass producing. And a lot of those ideas aren't consistent with staying focused. For example, department, the key word in that is depart. You say, I'm a part of this division. Well, think about what that's saying. I'm in a division. I'm divided. And a lot of times this is how businesses get lost.
Right. Let's talk about Toyota because you spent a lot of time working with them, and they do things in a very unique way. And that whole idea of having a lean business, what do you mean by that?
Well, really, what I learned from Toyota and going to the Pacific Rim and in Japan and seeing a different way of thinking is, how to really understand and categorize what waste really looks like in a business environment. A lot of times when you think of waste, you just think of trash or wasting time, wasting money. But to look at it at a deeper level and understand that there is a more efficient way to do anything. And this is what my mind was really opened up to in looking at someone who was so precise of how to hone in on what mattered in any operation or any process.
So you took all these concepts and you put them in a book, but you didn't put it as like a business book, an economics book. You wrote it in a narrative, a novel, about an MBA student that has a tough task ahead of him. He's about to lose a client. It's a very big client, and he's got to do a little work. Unique way to do it. How hard was it, and why did you do it that way?
Well, Frank, the reason that I did that is for a few reasons. I really have a heart to give back to the business community and teach this in a way that people can understand it. That's why I started another business, Value Centered Solutions, to really teach people what this means. And when you think about Who Said So, writing it in a narrative, in something that people could read, not another boring textbook, but a story in which you learn as you go, because we all understand stories. So as you read this story, the next thing you know, you start putting your own faces and names on those characters, and somewhere in there you'll often find yourself. And you'll also realize when you're done reading this story how you can actually make your business better and be a better person.
I've got 30 seconds, but I want to plug your Life Skills 101. We had someone from your group here. You do some great things with kids, giving back, building self-esteem, and you grew up in Richmond, so you didn't forget your roots.
Absolutely, and Life Skills 411 is really my passion. And the bottom line is we need more 411 so we could stop some of the 911. And we're going to keep teaching kids those fundamental skills that help them be successful.
A little information, a little communication.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, Michael, thank you so much for joining us. And if you'd like more information on Who Said So, please visit michaeleparker.com, all one word. That's it for this week. We'll be back with more Bay Sunday next week. Until then, have a great week, everybody. Take care.